Got it. And just going back to budget, do you ever see budgets for your district and then also just other districts ever going down?
Oh yeah, and, in education, you're always concerned about proration. We had issues with the community 4 years ago not supporting a tax referendum, and so budgets took heavy slashes, and we're looking at layoffs. But the following years, they put it back on the ballot and reinstated it. So yeah, budgets go up and down around here all the time.
How, as you think about the chain of different technologies that you interact with, given your position, where would you put this in the level of importance relative to, like, I'm thinking, let's say, like an applicant tracking software system, a school management system, your system of record within the students, even just like, I don't know, device management from a like location perspective, even if you do that. I don't know. I'm mentioning a bunch of software that I know that K-12 institutions use. I'm trying to figure out where this fits in the stack.
Well, it's kind of funny is that when I talk to some of my counterparts, other CTOs, I know a lot of school districts that don't even filter any of the content. It's really a kind of fuzzy situation on the mandate on SIPA and FERPA, COPA. It's, to me, the web filtering is kind of like insurance. You really don't need it until you get sued. But for me, it's up in my top 10 priorities. And I will tell you, the financial and student information is decided by the state. So I'm forced by that one. I don't have any input. But this is one that I deal and I worry about every day. Nobody else in the district will worry about it other than the IT department, which is really fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it's insurance. It's kind of like a cover your own butt situation, and something that you worry about in the sense that like the repercussions are big, but it's not necessarily something that like keeps the lights on or is required to operate the system.
And you won't get any of the superintendents or any of the other educators. They'll probably yawn at you on most of this or get frustrated when you block their sites.
Got it. So what other solutions would you put like ahead of it, like the applicant tracking system, the student information system?
Well, I manage the student information system. This is up there. If the question is for me, it's up there. It's like if you have a one-to-one, this is essential. You can't have a one-to-one without it. So I think that this philosophical is that everybody's going to a one-on-one, so it's like oxygen. You're going to have it.
And what do you mean by one-to-one? You mean every student has their own device?
Every student has their own device, and that student's taking that device home. That's where my liability, I think, is big, is when it's home and not on-prem.
Got it. And are there any, if there aren't now, do you see any sort of government regulations coming out that will require web filtering systems in place if students have access to computers?
Well, by definition, we're a big E-rate school, so federal funds are associated with that requirement, and it mandates that we have a method to protect students from inappropriate material. So we are federally mandated if you want to receive federal funds. Of course, I've never heard anybody ever getting their funds removed because of the web filtering. Doesn't mean it hasn't happened. It's just something that you just don't hear about a lot. And we get a lot of federal dollars, so we don't want to lose that.
So what would happen if you decided not to use a web content filtering solution?
I probably would be fired. Because my superintendent doesn't care about this, but when he finds out it doesn't exist, then it will become a problem. I don't think that any smart or any logical educator will allow a student to take the devices home without having some type of monitoring /filtering. Because if you think